Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As looks by the title of today's video, 98 mid-range point guards are taking over NBA 2K24, and I want to show you why. So, first of all, let me take you to the man who has been dominating this game so much to the point where people are questioning whether he's even playing legit or not. He might be cheating. Now, I'm not here to create those speculations, but let me take you over to who that is in specific. Alright, so we have Dynasty here. Dynasty and Spicy Boys, as you can see right here, took over the 2K23 scene very late in the year and started winning every single tournament, every single time for the last, I would say 2 months of the game pretty much. And as you can see, he's a comp pro-am player, and I just wanted to show you guys who in specific is really taking notice to all this stuff to the point where, once again, people are accusing of him using Zens and stuff like that. And yeah, as you can see, I mean, he's hitting crazy shots like this. Obviously, this is not a mid-range. However, I do want to mention, as you can see, Hall of Fame Deadeye, Hall of Fame Green Machine, all those badges that are popping up right there are through mid-range. You get them through mid-range, and we're going to show you that in just a second here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you do, feel free to drop a like, if you're new to all the noties, all that good stuff, and like always, try to win 2,000 likes. Alright, so what we've got right here is very similar to the build that he's been using. It's a little bit more defense, less layup, stuff like that, or dunking for that matter. He has like some high standing dunk, mediocre driving dunk, like 36, 38 or something like that, just to be able to perform a dunk, period, and then a little bit more layup. But regardless, we're here to talk about this and this primarily. So 98 mid-range point guards have been absolutely dominating this game for many different reasons. A, the fact that mid-range creating is extremely overpowered in this game in terms of it's very easy to get to those spots on the court when it comes to fives where people are pressing you up really tight. They're going for those on-ball plucks, and when they are playing up super high, super tight, you're able to get kind of past them into a really easy area into that mid-range. And people really do undermine the ability and how important it is to have a good mid-range on you when it comes to being a build that's not very based in trying to get any dunks or into your scoring for the most part. This driving layup is actually enough though, in case you guys were curious. This Silver Float game in Gold Pro Touch is insane how well it plays, and there are some decent layup packages in this level that we're going to be talking about in tomorrow's video, actually, for that matter, of where I'm showing every single layup that I've tested, and we're going to give you all grades in terms of every animation that's based in them. But anyway, in terms of what we're looking at with this build, at 84 mid-range, you get Gold Mini Magician. That's obviously something that's worth note, not to mention, as you can see, we get a couple decent badges along the way. So with 92 three-pointer, when you hit the 90 mid-range, you get open looks on Hall of Fame. At 91, you get guard up on Hall of Fame, which do not sleep on this badge either. I'm here to tell you right now, this activates a lot for these types of players who are spamming these mid-ranges, where it's really hard to contest them. It's really hard to constantly get a hand up on them because they're fading to the mid-range at a consistent, crazy level that's really tough to guard. And then at 92, as you can see, you get the Hoff Mini Magician. Now, on top of that, as you can see, at 93, we're looking at Gold Whistle and Hoff Catch and Shoot. Nothing doing at 94, but then at 95, you can get the Hall of Fame Green Machine, which is another nice addition to be had as well. 96, you're getting the Hall of Fame Space Creator. So for those shots like what you just saw in the preview right there of his clip, where he's doing the Space Creator, obviously hop jumper, and hits a red contest on Sharp Take. And then the next two are the most massive ones of them all. So at 97, you get Hoff Blinders. At 98, you get Hoff Deadeye. You pair that with the ability to get still 92 three-pointer, yet this is something that you're going to not be wanting to resort to at a crazy amount, but it's definitely good enough for when people are sitting low and going under screens and stuff like that, because they're so intimidating by your mid-range shot, and that's opening up the ability to shoot from deep with the 92 at a ridiculously more open rate than you would have been if your mid-range isn't good, because again, that intimidation factor of forcing the defense to play lower on you because they do not want to get beat on those crabs, where obviously you guys know what a crab is at this point. If you kind of use like a size up or a escape move or something like that to get in front of the defender, get them behind you, and then it's going to be an open or a wide open on pretty much all of those shots as long as you get in front of that defender. Boom, you got the 98 mid-range to work with, and blinders obviously activating on that as well. So that opens up the three-point game for you even more. And then at 92 three-pointer, you can see Limitless is not exactly in a good state as far as the game goes right now, but if this ever does get a fix or a patch, obviously you're going to want something that's around the level of Silver Limitless. That's just how it is, simple and plain, just like that. But besides that, you obviously have Claymore and stuff like that as well. We still have the Silver Agent. Obviously, you can get that even at 86 three-pointer if you would like. So if you want to be kind of weird with it and you want to go 86 three-pointer instead and just settle with the 98 mid-range, this may also be lethal. And then you could do something even more weird where you maybe invest in that post control. Now, we'll talk about that in just a second on a different build. But as you can see, this is a pretty kitted up point guard build. It is lacking in the pass accuracy. You'd be surprised to see what some people are doing in this comp pro-am scene with even lower pass accuracy. Word chalk for that one. But I don't believe in that quite as much. You know, all love to my boy, but I don't know if 62 pass accuracy is really doing it. To be completely honest, if you're trying to be an actual point guard rather than a combo guard, kind of, you know, running 2 PGs, stuff like that. But anyway, besides that, this is the type of stuff Dynasty was on with a 93 ball handle. I definitely vouch for the 92 being pretty decent, but as you can see, it's a little bit more like bailout made, where you will get things like killer combo stuns and Hoff ankle breaker stuns as well. And obviously when you're on sharp take consistently, those ankle breakers will activate at a pretty ridiculous rate. Not to mention, we just talked about this in yesterday's video, where with the 90 speed with ball, you can keep that Kyrie Irving dribble style. And then because of your 87 acceleration, where this is still a decent level, and we just talked about the value of acceleration, whether it's a myth or not. I know that's been a hot topic on the Twitter streets as well, but 87 acceleration still gives you that gold speed booster. We have 85 speed because that's what we need to still be tied into that 90 speed with ball. And either way, you know, obviously we want decent speed on the build as well. So 72 Prim D gives you, as you can see, at 71, Bronze Challenger. At 72, you get Bronze Workhorse, Bronze Fast Feet, and this is going to allow you to still play a little bit of hash D. You're not going to be able to play lanes very well, but it will be an acceptable level of hash defense that you can still hide yourself, and pairing that with the speed as well, you'll be a competent, decent defender, but nothing appealing. But this is supposed to be an unstoppable offensive build, period. Simple as that. You have multiple levels of the court that you can dominate from, and it really can be a pain to guard. And I can tell you guys that much from even my experiences of dealing with people that have it on 92. I mean, 98 is just an unreal rate. Like, that's sick, bro. Also, if you guys didn't know, I'm pairing up with the NBA 2K Lab this year, so you can use code Laker for 20% off at checkout at their website. That's NBA2KLab.com. On this website is all types of really good statistical jump shot information. You can also test the jumpers on their website too. Plug the controller straight into your phone or to your PC. You can get early, green, late. It'll tell you where you need to adjust on that jump shot. Or if you don't know what jumper you want to run, you just go to their jump shot recommender. You punch in your height, the jump shot rating that you're working with, and then based on the milliseconds of timing that you get, it'll recommend you a jump shot. So again, if you want to use code Laker for 20% off at checkout, that's NBA2KLab.com. Appreciate you guys, and we'll get back to the video. So this is a build that we got my boy Bonnie on right here, where he's going to play shooting guard for our Pro-Am team and come out with a build with this. So as you can see, 92 three-pointer, as we just mentioned. If you're someone that wants to play in like more of a 5-out and maybe you want to be the ball handler, you could maybe go more accepting into something like this with 86 three-pointer. And then if you wanted to invest more into like layup, for instance, because that can be very valuable when it comes to the 5-out offense, or maybe driving dunk, whatever you want to do with it. Again, that's up to you. But for the most part, this is something that can access multiple different levels of the court, and then because we put that post control on it, and it's taller, so its post control can go a little higher than what we just showcased with the 6'4", but as you can see at 85, you get that Hoff post fade phenom. Now, we've already showcased this on builds that have 86 mid-range, but now, imagine the badge of it being Hall of Fame, pairing that in with the fact that you have a 98 mid-range rating, period. Now that sounds insane to guard, and then pairing that in with the fact that it's 6'6", and it still has the 92 three-pointer. We're keeping respectable levels of the ball handle with this, and as you can see with this one, it's a little bit less acceleration based, because this is going to be more about the Magic Johnson dribble style, as again, we just talked about in yesterday's video. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to as well. But 81 speed for that silver speed booster. We got 87 Prim D to keep the gold challenger, 91 steel to keep all like steel related badges on gold between glove, interceptor, right stick ripper, all that. 86 ball handle is my new sweet spot when it comes to these two guards. It gives you Kemba Walker escape moves. It's a really like necessary marriage that you're going to want with that Magic Johnson dribble style, where with 86 you can use the escape moves to actually just switch your ball hand and run that way, simple as that. Whereas with Magic, you kind of have to run to the offhand every single time, which makes it so wherever the ball is, you have to just run opposite of that. Whereas with the escape moves, you can put the ball in the other hand, then run that way, or obviously it gives you the option after having put it in the opposite hand to now run back to that same hand, because the Magic Johnson dribble style just moves so well in that aspect. So 75 speed with ball gives you the Magic dribble style, and then obviously you need that for the speed booster as well, so it's a very good threshold to be hitting. And then with 83 ball handle, you get the Jamal Murray behind the back, which is a killer as well. John Wall step back, and that's going to be a big one as well. 77 pass hack, again, I think it's respectable, it's decent, it's something you can be okay with running as a two guard. Besides that though, again, I know the dunk is not there, and that turns a lot of people away from builds like this, but in this game, where like layups feel so premium and mid-range feels so premium, I don't think it's even valuable to have dunk on your build personally, and especially if you're playing with an inside big like my team obviously is with me. So if you are playing with an outside, it's obviously understandable. If you want to shoot for something more along the lines of like 65 driving dunk, it'll give you the athletic hangs off one. It's a very good package, a very good budget if you want to shoot for that. And then obviously you still have the 45 standing dunk to get standing dunk packages, simple as that. And again, I think if you're locked up and you turn around and hit this post game, I think this could be so lethal too, bro. Like, I mean, especially if you even do have an outside on your team. At that point, you use the gold post spin and the threat of the Hoff post fade phenom, the gold drop stepper as well. I know the build doesn't have mashing ability, but you may even just break people's ankles on it and beat them to the hoop. Simple as that. And again, pairing that in with the 98 mid-range and all the badges that we have already explained and talked about, you're looking at a 2-guard build that still gets Hoff catch and shoot and Hoff Claymore, all that stuff, Hoff open looks, all of that, but doesn't even demand the high 3-point rating of the fact that the game, personally, right now, Limitless just doesn't feel super functional. So people that have these 96 and 99 3-point rating builds to get all these badges that I'm talking about, like let's go ahead and just show you an example of that. If we go all the way down in the wingspan, and not even to mention on these 6'6" builds, you can't even get a high enough 3-pointer to get those badges that I'm talking about. So if you had to go all the way down to like 6'4" to get that 99 3-pointer, as you're gonna see, you actually, and we can't even afford it like as is right now. So I'm scuffing the build, don't even mind what I'm talking about right here. It's just more about what I wanted to show you here, of the fact that you need 99 3-pointer to be able to get the Hall of Fame Deadeye, whereas at 98 mid-range, which is extremely more affordable, as you can see. I mean, bro, look at this. We're going from 96 3-pointer all the way up to 99, and boom, you're going up 5 overalls. That's an insane amount, especially this last one right here, which costs you 3 overall points. And as you can see, it's, again, just the Deadeye that we're talking about. And then the Blinders comes along at 97 3-pointer. But all this stuff is extremely expensive to get, and all that you're losing out on it is pretty much just Agent 3. You know, like we're talking about a build that is 6'6" with a 6'7" wingspan and can still get all of these spot-up badges between, as I mentioned, open looks, green machine, catch and shoot, Deadeye, blinders, all that stuff. And yes, the Limitless is limited, but, you know, I mean, everybody's Limitless is limited right now. Even the Hall of Fame ones that, you know, got it on 99 3-pointer, it's not looking great right now. So the way the game is currently constructed, this is the type of build that I believe is going to keep on dominating the game. And even after a Limitless patch, you know how much harder these types of people are even going to be to guard if you have to guard them from super deep too? Like, even if you're only still playing with 92 3-pointer, and maybe gold Limitless is really nice like the 96 3-pointer, the threat of this becomes even more lethal off the fact that they can even still shoot from deep with 92 3-pointer and silver Limitless. Like, the more you have to play out on somebody and the more respectable their 3-pointer is from deep, that's going to be even more of a problem for you because you have to play that high, and then the mid-range is even more open season. So these types of builds are here to stay, in my opinion. I don't think any patches, I don't think any nerfs can really do much about them. Not to mention, we haven't even seen this unlocked in a lot of people's game yet. We haven't even seen them with this post control upgrade, which, as you can see, is extremely cheap. Like, if we want to go ahead and make examples and comparisons, we're talking about the difference between 77 pass hack and 81, and then maybe, you know, what, one more speed of ball or something like that too. Whereas you're looking at that being the same investment of going from 25 post control all the way up to 85, and that 85 giving you Hoff post fade phenom and a lot of other badges that can be even still lethal as well. If you were talking maybe even taller builds that wanted to shoot for a high mid range, maybe not 98, but wanted to shoot for a high mid range and get that post control to 92, you're looking at being able to get gold unpluckable as well. It's a pretty threatening thing that is changing the game a lot, and I wanted to put you guys onto it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, tell them noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try to 1 to 2,000 likes. Also, if you made it to the end of the video, put mid-range in the comments, show support me all the way through. And again, I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to see more gameplay of this, stay tuned. I'm sure Bonnie will upgrade the build pretty soon eventually. We'll get back to Pro-Am gameplays pretty soon as well. I got a lot of things in flux in terms of the schedule between our team and stuff right now, and trying to sort everything out as far as that goes. So I've been playing the game a lot, don't get that wrong. I'm literally ranked like 350 on the rep right now, and it's insane. I've been playing the game a lot. So we'll get to that ranked Pro-Am gameplay or even some comp matchups as well pretty soon here with Bonnie, most likely, and he will be our kind of display of that 98 mid-range on Showcase, and then we'll even maybe show it with the post game added in as well. I'm looking forward to seeing this build in action. It looks like a true threat, bro. And again, you know, we got things like that 6'4 PG that may have some valid like aspect in like the gameplay. I don't think AK is gonna make a build like this, but you will see builds like this in our opponents when it comes to comp pro-am, or just in general if you watch a lot of pro-am yourself. These 98 mid-range builds are here to stay. I just wanted to put you guys on game before, you know, I want to keep you guys ahead of the rest of the world of this 2K stuff, and actually put you on game like maybe a little bit earlier than you would have seen otherwise. So anyway, that's all for video. Hope you all enjoyed. Done that. Take these, man. Peace.